Hi guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Olive, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to create this gauge. Now, as the name sounds, gauge is just what you can actually use to gauge your percentage of whatever is happening in your company against another thing or against a target, right? A target value. For example, in this particular gauge, this is our sales. This is where we are when it comes to sales, and this is our sales target for the month, right? So we're not yet there. We're still trying to meet up with the sales target for the month, and we have just 10 days. I don't know how we're going to do it, but this is the target and this is where we're at. So this just helps us to check where we're at right now and how much more work we need to put into it. So in order to get a gauge, all you need is the minimum value, which is 0, the maximum value, which is 100, the target value, which is 85%, and our own value, where we are at the moment, which is 55%. Now you can bring in your data set and do that, and have all this thing worked on. But for me, I'm just going to create a DAX measure for the purpose of this teaching, which is what I have created right here. So if this thing interests you, definitely stick around. Let me show you how I got this particular gauge right here. In order to get this gauge right here, what we need to do is we need to get a measure table. So if you have a measure table already, you don't need to get another one. So I'm just going to, get this table and just load it as where my measures would be, since I'm not importing any data set. So this particular value now, it could be anything. It could be your shopping cart rate, it could be your abandonment rate, it could be your finance, it could be anything that you want to use to measure, to track, your progress up until that target that you have given can serve as your value. So I'm just going to hit this table here and create a new measure. Now we're going to start with the minimum, and our minimum is what? Is 0. So our minimum has been created. Let me just show people. This is your gauge, and this is what you need to impute: your value, your minimum, your maximum, and your target. Okay, so we're going to go over to our table again. Let us create a maximum, new measure. Now let's just write maximum, and our maximum is what? 85. Okay, so we're not going to put 85 here like this. We're just going to write 0.85. Okay, so we can format it with this percentage sign here in order to give us the percentage. So we're just going to hit OK. Now we can see maximum. So let's just put the percentage sign and reduce this decimal place to 0. Okay, now that is done. The next thing we want to do is go back to table and get another new measure to create our value. Now, where we are at the moment is 55%. So that's 0.55, which is also 55 when we use the percentage. So we're just going to format using the percentage. And we're also going to reduce this to 0 decimal place. Okay, that is done. The last thing we need, our maximum is, pardon me, this is our target, not our maximum. So let me just write target. Well, we want to get to 85% this year. So now let's get the maximum. Our maximum is 100. A 100 is just 1. All right, let's hit enter. And we're going to format that. We use the percentage sign. Okay, so this is all we have. Now, if we get our values and we put here, you can already see that the system has given you from 0 to 100. But if you have another value, if your company's value is starting from 5% to 200%, please make sure you use that as your minimum and maximum. I can as well decide not to put the minimum and maximum, since what the default numbers that Power BI has brought out is actually what I'm working with. But if you have another one, if your company uses another one, please make sure you put it there. But I'm also going to put my minimum and maximum because I've created it. Why would I make it waste? I won't let it waste. Yeah, my maximum is here, and then my value, my target value is here. So this is what we have. So you can see that you just impute it right where it needs to be, and you're going to see your visual. So this is what I did. The next thing I just did was to, format it a bit. I came here and I gave it green because this is where we want it to go to, and this is where we are at now. As it comes down, hopefully we get to 85. So the next thing I did was to increase the data labels. I increased the data labels, and the next thing I did was to increase the target label. And the callout value, I made that pitch black. All right, so the last thing I did was to go to general, go to the effect. I gave it a nice border. I gave it a green border. Then I kept a shadow, but I made my shadow what? Ash, gray rather. Okay, so this is what we had when we first saw this, and this is it exactly. We have our sales at 55. We're hoping to get to 85, and which is like what we want. So this is how you get your gauge, guys. Don't forget, what you need is your maximum, your minimum, your value, your main value already, and your target value, and you're going to get this. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please, if you found this video helpful, do not forget to like, to subscribe, to turn on the post notification for my next video. All right, guys, thank you all so much, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye.